Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simf, and AimHigh. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH series ng Startup Podcast PH where we re-invite our guests to talk about their business strategies and how they became revenue generating and profitable. At dito tayo ngayon sa Asian Institute of Management Dado Banatao Incubator in Makati City. We have Uplift Code Camp, uplifting the future through tech talent and training solutions, and one of the founders, Rufa Carrion. Uplift Code Camp is part of AIM DBI Teen Cohort 2024 to 2025. Hello, Rufa. Kamusta?
Hi, Johnny. Thanks for the invite today.
Mm.
And thanks sa bisita.
Yes. Ayun no, grabe. Ngayon lang ako nakapunta dito sa AIM DBI and ang ganda pala ng office dito. And I'm happy to finally meet you in person kasi dati nung una nating interview, which was around 3 years ago na, akalain mo yun, no? Online lang, Zoom lang actually,
Yeah.
ano. So, grabe din ang progress ni Uplift Code Camp. And I'm proud nga na na-interview ko kayo dati given yung inyong mga
Thanks.
milestones and mga na-achieve ngayon. But ayun no, wag na natin patagalin pa, Rufa. Ano nga ba ang Uplift Code Camp?
So, Uplift Code Camp, our mission is to help individuals learn skills to build future-proof careers in tech. So, we do have coding bootcamps and courses for individuals. Also, para sa mga companies na naghahanap or gusto and kailangan i-upskill yung kanilang mga teams.
Actually, yun yung pinakagusto ko sa inyo, no? Especially now. When I first interviewed you, so andun to sa unang kong interview sa inyo, you really started as parang teaching or by bootcamps nga, teaching programming, teaching software development, and actually, if I remember correctly, para talagang making the students build a program or build an app from scratch. Nag-aaral sila ng ganong capability. And ang gusto ko ngayon is naka-connect na kayo sa mga companies and sa mga clients na parang kung ano yung kailangan nila, yun yung mapaprovide na through the training and eventually dadalhin nyo sa kanila yung inyong mga
Yeah.
na-train. So, I want to ask that later, especially now in this podcast, I mean yung sa series na to ng podcast, we want to know kung paano nga ba na-develop yung business model.
Yeah.
Pero updates muna tayo, Rufa, kasi ang dami nangyari sa inyo in those 3 years. And ngayon nga, ay part kayo ng AIM DBI. So mula 2022, ano nga ba mga nangyari kay Uplift Code Camp?
Ayun, so ang dami na rin naganap over the last 3 years. Kakatapos or recovering from the pandemic pa din. Since then, ngayon, we do have a lot of learners from different countries. So not just in the Philippines, nagkaroon na rin kami ng mga alumni sa Japan, sa parts ng Europe, and also US. Yeah. And so we also have multiple courses. So we still have our full stack web development bootcamp. We have one na focused on front-end development. Tapos meron na rin kaming Java bootcamp. And other than the courses for individuals, we also run customized training programs for companies for their upskilling efforts in L&D. And we do also talent matching. So yun nabanggit mo kanina wherein we match our alumni to our company partners.
And by the way, tama ba ang naalala ko na nag-start si Uplift Code Camp noong pandemic? Nung lockdown.
Before a few months before, yeah.
Oo nga pala kasi may physical pa kayo dati na classes.
Yeah.
And then naging online.
Yeah.
Kasi grabe naman talaga ang pandemic.
Yeah.
And aside from those, business-wise, so especially now, andito tayo nga sa AIMDBI. So, what was the story on that? Paano nga ba kayo napunta sa AIMDBI? And then, ano pa yung mga nangyari?
Right. So, we've been focused internally and also improving yung course and the support that we give to our learners for the last 4 years before we joined the incubator program. And then ever since, because we have been doing it on our own ourselves, parang we learned through failing and iterations and na-realize namin, we wanted to see ano pa yung ibang mga opportunities na maybe hindi namin na-identify or hindi namin nakikita. And so we started to apply sa Dado Banato Incubator Program, and we chose this program because of the support that it has for the companies in it, also the network that it has. Particularly most, if not all, I think all of the companies inside this program are impact driven. And we want to be
Mm.
part of that kind of community na we're here to bring positive change and impact.
And part kayo ng teen cohort 2024 to 2025. Kailan
Yes.
nag-start yung cohort? If
June
I'm
2024.
June
Mm.
2024 and now it's February
Yeah, so medyo
2025.
70% na of the
Mm.
program, yeah.
But I just want to ask no, parang kay AMDBI ba? So you chose this nga ano kasi I mean aside from doing the business alone, maganda pa rin talaga na parang may support and
Yeah,
siguro parang may perspectives din on
yeah.
other strategies and parang models that you can take on. No?
Mm.
Meron ba dito mga classes, mentorships? I mean, ano ba yung mga
Yes.
programs that you have here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So may programs, learning programs, development programs for the founders. So merong about business, model innovation, merong about fundraising, about the
Mm.
founder's identity, may
Oh.
branding, may technology, meron ding about intellectual property. So very broad at helpful yung mga tracks that the program has. Other than that, may mentorship as well. And then there's also yung connection to like the alumni and other companies that have been through the program that builds partnerships then with
Mm.
them. Yeah.
Actually, grabe rin naman talaga ang portfolio ni AIMDBI ng mga startups na sinusupport nito, ano? Mga bigating startups na yung ilan na-interview na natin and matagal-tagal na rin kasi si AIMDBI if kung tama, more than 5 years na rin ano.
Yeah.
So ayun, nabuo na rin talaga yung portfolio, ng incubator na ito. But anyway, going sa business model ni Uplift Codecamp ayun 'no. So gusto ko actually malaman kung paano nga ba nag-iba-iba or nag-evolve kumbaga along the years ang inyong model or yung business basically ni Uplift Codecamp. Pero you still stick to that concept or to that offering na bootcamps for programming, for learning programming ano. So before pandemic meron kayong physical classes, nag-pandemic, pina-interviewed you, naging online yung
Mm.
offerings and then sige pakuwento sa'min kung paano siya
Yeah.
nag-evolve along those years until now, 2025.
Yeah. So, kami sa Uplift has always been focused and clear on the impact that we want to make. And also, we always listen to our learners and to our partners. I think at the core, those two things have been the strategy and the foundation of how we evolve. So through listening to our learners, as an example, we saw that a lot of them aren't able to fully commit to an everyday class of a boot camp. So thus, then we offered courses that are more flexible. And then there's also the challenge of financing their tuition. And yung mission namin is to really empower individuals and democratize quality education for individuals. So that pushed us to work with nonprofit foundations and other organizations having CSR for scholarships
Ah.
and fellowship programs. And then we are cognizant that there is really like that gap between the education and then what the industry needs. And so we really worked hard to partner with companies so that we could help our community land jobs. And then that has also been very helpful for us kasi the partners that we work with have been friends as well who are very supportive of our alumni and of the work that we're doing. So they give us feedback then and suggestions on what can we improve. That makes us improve the bootcamp, the courses, the curriculum, and make sure na relevant yun. And then some of our alumni have been asking about intermediate or advanced courses. So by listening to their needs, we're able to craft these courses that brings value to them and helps them. And then even our company partners who before have always just been like hiring graduates, identified na they also do have upscaling needs for their dev team. So we work with them to customize like training programs for them. So I guess like yung pattern is always listening
Yes.
to the needs of the people we work with, our
Mm.
learners
Mm.
and like our company partners,
Mm.
but also being very focused and clear on what impact we want to make.
Yes. Grabe ang simple pakinggan nun 'no. I mean parang basically as a startup din lalo na, naka-focus kayo dun sa inyong impact. And by the way, ano nga ba yung impact talaga na gusto niyong magawa?
So we really want to help more individuals upskill themselves, gain the necessary skills so that they can build careers that are future proof, that could uplift themselves, uplift quote count, and also we hope that they also use yung learned skills nila to uplift their communities. So actually, we're also proud that since the last that we've chatted, we've always thought that career opportunity improvement is about employment, about a person landing a full-time development role. But through the years, from talking to our alumni, a lot of them have other desires. So there's the freelancing part, but there's also the entrepreneurship part. So actually, sa alumni ni Uplift, we already have 2 alumni that have
Oh,
startups or and
wow.
starting, and then there are a couple of others that are nandun sa mind space na yan that they want to build something, a solution to a problem that they've been seeing in their environment. Yeah.
Actually, ang magaling din dun kasi yung impact ninyo or let's say parang vision din siya ano, hindi rin siya ganun ka-strict. Meron siyang parang, openness din somehow
Yeah.
para to explore din possible paths pa na mangyari lalo na nga sa inyong mga learners.
Mm.
First of all, I like dun sa impact or dun sa vision niyo, if I may call it vision, parang, ang pinakagusto ko dun is yung for a future-proof career.
Yeah.
Kasi tama naman na maybe sa panahon nga ngayon, maybe sa ibang panahon 'no, iba yung future-proof career. Pero now, maybe para maka-secure ng future-proof sorry, tama ba? Future-proof
Yeah.
career is you focus on the skill na very high yung demand now, which is apparently in the tech space, in the digital space, in the programming space. So
Yeah.
kaya yun yung naging core ninyo ano.
Mm.
Ayun. And I also like na once you set out that vision, which is actually very honorable for me, na parang
Thank you.
you're doing the startup for that impact and to uplift nga yung mga tao, not yung individual na matututo to have that career and also to uplift the community around him or her. And then once you have that vision, you do it, and then kung ano man yung mga challenges na mag-arise as a startup, since you are agile enough to solve that, you solve those challenges ano.
Yeah.
So yung first na parang challenge that you said kanina, actually that's also nice yung parang pagiging flexible
Yeah.
kumbaga nung inyong ano. So sige, dun muna tayo 'no, i-contrast din natin sa parang traditional education na nagtuturo ng mga I mean not to ano naman 'no, not to contrast in a negative way, pero like to highlight yung opportunity kumbaga na na-open ninyo ano. Siguro yun nga, ano ba yung difference talaga in the traditional programming courses, especially that si Uplift Code Camp ay may online offerings. So yeah, how did you really solve that challenge and then move towards flexibility for the learner?
Yeah. So, I think yung opportunity that we've really seen in the tech education space and where we say na, okay, this is the value differentiation that we can offer is focusing on courses that are accelerated, practical, and career oriented. So yun yung naging focus talaga. And the flexibility came into the picture when we continuously ask our learners how they are, what their needs are, and we try to meet them kung ano yung kanilang needs.
And para din naman kasi, they will learn their best kumbaga if the learner is most convenient din ano.
Yeah.
So parang somehow na-optimize din yung learning for them ano.
Yeah.
And by that ano, so sige pag-usapan natin yung mismong setup mismo ng inyong courses kasi and by the way, if I may ask 'di ba dati you offered physical classes
Yeah.
din? Nung panahon na yun, what were you thinking, sorry, kung how do you differentiate Kasi physical class pa rin eh.
Yeah.
Pero how do you differentiate from traditional courses? Like, doon muna tayo.
So, even before naka-physical space kami, ang differentiation talaga is our courses are career-oriented and
Okay.
practical and accelerated. So, a computer science degree would take 4 years, and they go through the whole from
Okay.
the theory side and then a few years on the application side. But we're focused on like what is needed in the workplace. And
Okay.
so that's like 4 to 6 months focusing on that. And then you mentioned kanina our learners build projects. So the whole curriculum is project
Yeah.
based. But within like 6 months, they build 6 projects, at least 6 projects. So that's the, I guess, one differentiation. Also, one thing that we made sure that is part of the program is we don't just focus on the technical skills. Because as someone from the industry, I've been a software developer and the tech lead before starting Uplift. I realized that other than the tech skills, what's also important is the core professional skills, or what others would say soft skills: communication, time management, project management. So those things are also baked into the curriculum. So we do have workshops for that. We do have growth mindset, time management, and then we prepare them for the career that they wanted to pursue. So say like for our learners who are looking for employment, we do have like the resume review sessions, workshops on interview and actually mock interviews. For those who wanted to pursue freelancing, we do have workshops around freelancing. For those that are towards entrepreneurship, we also have like workshops and mentorships around that.
Ayun. Ang nakikita ko actually yun nga mas ano siya 'no, mas may direction and mas flexible yung curriculum kumbaga. Kasi
Yeah.
na-adapt na talaga siya lagi sa kung ano na ba yung in demand ng
Yes. Yeah.
industry
Yeah.
or ng mundo ngayon
Yeah.
ano.
So for curriculum, we update ours so may minor, major updates. For like minor updates, like we do it every fortnight or every 2 weeks.
Wow, okay.
Little improvements that we can see and optimize. Major ones we kind of do it like every twice a year. So
Oh.
we are we iterate the course to make sure that we apply yung feedback from the industry, we apply feedback from the learners. And even inside the course, there is, even inside the bootcamp that meets every day, there is a flexibility and additional support in terms of if you are, if you need a bit more help in understanding a topic, then there is mentorship, there is one-on-one support. If you're advanced and you wanted to learn more about another advanced concept, and there's also like that support. Yeah.
Yun actually yung main value niya nga ano, kasi compared to other traditional educational media, actually like for example for big universities, actually parang required na iteration time is 5 years siya eh.
Yeah.
And usually kung kaya, kung mabilis yung ano, 2 years, mabilis-bilis na yun. Pero yung sa inyo, 6 months ano, ganyan, or meron nga rin kayo mga minor updates every so often ano. So, I think that agility rin to adapt your curriculum to the ever-changing needs of the industry. Pero can we clarify lang ano, so ano nga ba exactly yung inyong mga offering, yung bootcamp, gaano siya katagal, ano siya, paano siya exactly ginagawa, and then so ano exactly yung parang inyong service or programs that you provide to potential learners?
So we do have immersive bootcamps and self-paced courses. Doon muna tayo sa immersive bootcamps. When we say immersive bootcamps, it means that they go to classes every day. Well, either every day or thrice a week. So, dahil marami na kaming bootcamps under that umbrella. So, we do have the full stack web development bootcamp that has been our first bootcamp even before we talked 3 years ago. So that's 6 months. And then the classes are evening. So it's perfect for people na may work in the morning or ang shift is late in the evening. But if they wanted to upskill or shift careers, then that's a perfect one. So that's there is always the technical skill component part and also the career booster part, the core professional skills training. And then, so we have the full stack web development, and then we also have a Java bootcamp. So similarly, 6 months, but meets 3 times a week.
Okay.
And then for both of them, very focused on project building. Also, there is outside the class hours, there's like the one-on-one mentorship sessions. And then there's always the technical and then the core professional skills training. And then for the projects, pala, I wanted to share na we do code reviews because that's what's happening in the field. Your code is going to be reviewed by senior developers. So we bring that into the program. And also they do work individually in projects and also in teams in an agile setting. So we introduce them the concept of sprints. They do stand-ups, they do planning, they do retrospective. So para after the bootcamp, they're so much ready to join like a production team. And then through the years, we've learned from our learners that some of them can't really like commit that much of time.
Yeah.
And they do have other goals. Like some of them want freelancing, or some of them are already developers. They just want to have a new tool. So we introduced a self-paced course. So basically, they can take the course anytime, anywhere. And there's just an optional office hour session every week. But there's still the one-on-one sessions that they can book for additional support.
By the way, for example, yung hindi self-paced, so meron siyang parang classroom setup,
Yeah.
although online.
Online, yeah.
Sa, and then yung self-paced, pwedeng ayaw mo sabayin yung classroom kasi yung parang every so often. So
Yeah.
that's like maybe 6 to 9 p.m. ba? Ganun. What time usually?
7 to 9:30.
7 to 9:30 p.m. And then kumbaga sa Zoom, for example, andun din yung mga classmates niya.
Yes.
Then nagtuturo yung teacher.
Yeah,
Pag
yeah.
self-paced, you consume the materials by
Yeah,
yourself.
on your own time.
Pero meron pa rin 1v1, one-on-one mentorship.
Yeah, may one-on-one mentorship. And also merong every week, may one session na para you can meet
Meron
others.
pa rin.
So para if you
Parang,
work best or learn best with a peer, then you can meet others.
Actually, isa pa yung value that what I see here compared to traditional education na may mentorship talaga na one-on-one kasi mas na aside from the empathy part, parang nakatutok sa'yo and sa project na ginagawa mo, yung teacher or yung mentor. Ano. And isa pang value is yun nga, mas mabilis siya kasi 4 to 6 months, you already have the skills. So, meron kayong parang na-train na on the agile setting, na-train na talaga for the production team ng company. So, in just 6 months, pwede nang pumasok sa trabaho. Compared sa, for example, mag-aral ka ng 4-year or 5-year course na, I mean, it's still valuable pa rin naman. Although it's more general kasi.
Yeah.
General on all the skills that you can learn and may theory part pa na if you're not into the theoretical part naman, baka hindi na ganun kakailangan. So, ito talagang mas industry-based din talaga. Oh.
Yes.
And then another challenge that you said kanina, no, yung sa parang financing naman ng mga learners. So, pwedeng patanong din, first, how did you find out about the challenge? And then, paano nyo siya na-solve? Paano nyo siya na-agapan or na-fix, kumbaga?
Yeah, so we do always do interviews with our learners, alumni, and even those who are in the enrollment stage. And we try to, our admissions kasi is focused on helping the person identify the best path for them. Even though supposedly we should be selling our courses, but that's not how we do things. We want to make sure that you get the best value na pinaka-fit sa'yo. So even on the enrollment stage, our calls would always circle around ano yung goal mo, ano yung motivation mo, ano yung kaya mong i-commit na time, na resources. And so doon namin na-identify na, okay, two of the things that they're very much challenged on is financing and schedule. For the schedule, we fixed it with or solved it with self-paced courses or another way of going into the training. For the financing, so we started offering installments.
Ah.
We also partnered with nonprofit foundations to provide scholarships. We also have very grateful for our partners na philanthropists because they do sponsor scholarships for learners. So, ayun, so we're continuously trying to open up more opportunities like this so that we could help those na ganun yung challenge nila.
Actually, yung dalawa naman din talaga in what I think, 'pag inisip ko rin, yung dalawang yun, yung flexibility, I mean, kumbaga yung pag-adapt nung tao, nung learner ng schedule niya dun sa classes,
Yeah.
and yung pera nga, parang yun yung naiisip ko rin na top 2 na problema ng mga
Yeah.
estudyante and ng
Yeah.
mga learners.
Yeah.
But yung third na challenge, and actually ito yung pinaka-interesting and exciting na na-connect niyo na ngayon si Uplift Code Camp sa mga companies, ano. So, how did that happen naman? Like, naghanap ba kayo ng company and then kinausap niyo and then yung parang made the deal that, whatever they need, that's what you will teach your students para diretso sa kanila. So, yeah, like, paano nangyari yun?
So at the moment, yung partnership namin is we endorse our graduates. So how did it happen? It's a combination of going through LinkedIn, going through connections.
But you really like contacted them and really
Yeah.
talk to them with that in mind na parang to have that connection and that partnership.
Yeah. So basically like that's in mind, but also the best, at least what we've learned, the best way also to work with people is to also understand their needs and explore opportunities. Yeah, we do have those services in mind, but the reason why we were also able to open up upskilling programs, event partnerships is because they don't have, for example, wala sila ngayong pangailangan to hire a developer, but they are very keen on sharing the work that they're doing. So we do have event partnerships with them. So ayun, basically it always starts with like a conversation of like about needs and opportunities. Yeah.
Now, ang question ko, Rufa, kasi Uplift Code Camp is still a business, no? Of course, you want to have that impact. Now, itong mga challenges na to, when you solve them ba, or when you fix them isa-isa, nasa isip niyo pa rin siyempre ang parang profitability or parang um, how you will sustainably get more revenues, 'di ba? Kasi I imagine din naman na if you fix these challenges for the learners or for maybe, let's say, in a business sense, customers, the more challenges you fix, the more customers, 'di ba? The
Yeah.
more revenue. So, yes. So, parang is that on the mindset din ba, and how exactly kumbaga yung parang on that aspect naman yung parang on the revenue kasi you're still a business, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Of course. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
So for us, we've always been focused on increasing value. And our belief is if we deliver value, the revenue will come. Yeah, because like so the programs, the courses that we build, the partnerships that we create are centered around how can we support these individuals, these corporations, what value could we provide? And then conversely the revenue comes in from it.
Actually ang galing 'no, yun nga yung parang what they say, product market fit. Kasi you design your product para talaga may value sa market. And that's the value, and kumbaga you provide the value that they are willing to pay for. So as long as you find that value, you deliver it to them, and they're willing to pay for it, so the business will happen. Parang ang analogy ko nga dito or ang imagery ko dito in startups ay, as they say, nag-fix ng gaps sa value chain ng society, and parang kumbaga developing a business model to solve a problem. So ang problem dito ng mundo is yung mga tao ay hindi nagkakaroon ng trabaho. Parang something like that, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Parang yun yung gap eh. Ang industry kailangan ng kailangan ng programming skills. Yung mga tao, may mga gusto matutunan yun pero kulang pa rin yung access.
Yeah.
So yun yung gap. And that's actually what you solve in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And then marami yung mga mini challenges like yung mga kanina, isa-isa niyong solve and now you find out that value, you find out that fit, that product nyo is yung mga bootcamps and courses, yung market is yung both yung learners and yung ano rin, yung companies where
Yeah.
you give where you deliver the learned students and you find that fit and the business model na to fill in that gap is yung these are ano naman parang paid enrollments, right? So
Yeah.
parang paid courses
Yeah.
aside from the scholarships, right?
Yeah.
So tama ba yung interpretation ko?
Yeah, tama. So for the courses, there's a tuition and then the scholarships provided for free for individuals who um have the passion pero walang means. But the foundations also sponsor those. And then for trainings for teams or for companies, it's the companies who actually pay for the trainings of their employees.
Oh, beneficial na rin kasi sa company yun, no? So parang
Yeah.
sama ko nga baka nakatipid pa sila kasi
Yeah.
yung hire nila is yun na yung kailangan talaga nila.
Yeah. And also, I think commendable yung companies who really invest on learning and development of their employees.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it would benefit the business itself.
Yes.
You would increase your productivity, competitiveness because you have like these new skills. You're also bringing that culture of learning and growth sa company ninyo, which is more long-term yung magiging return of your investment.
Ang galing actually. And that's what I say when we say we find that business model. So hindi lang product market fit yung business model talaga to fill in that value chain. Kasi minsan nga baka yung mga learners or yung mga tao kulang din sa pera, no? I mean, to do that. So ngayon pasok yung mga foundations or yung mga philanthropists and then pasok yung mga companies na actually in the long run ay mag-benefit din naman from their initial investment of training and then ma-hire nila yun. And then ano lang siguro were there challenges or parang ano yung naging challenges even before, even back then no 2022 or when you started challenges on developing that business model or on finding that product market fit kumbaga?
Definitely we did have a couple of iterations in ways on how we approach it that weren't the best. So as an example before, for hiring our graduates, because the supply is so small, we thought na, okay, maybe we could have like a service fee from companies to hire our graduates. Because we're matching them, we're filtering it, and we make sure that their quality. However, it didn't work out well. And nagiging friction pa siya for our graduates to actually work for these companies. So learning that, we remove the fee. Like, okay, it's a free flow, free journey for graduates towards these companies. Yeah, so I guess definitely we did had a lot of challenges and I think they're based off wrong assumptions perhaps. And what helped is like really learning from how things are moving and being open to adapting.
But actually, I like that example that yun nga, yung you tried a certain business model and somehow it didn't work kasi although, I mean, that's what I want to, ano rin this is what I learned from other startups na parang you think this model will work kasi yun nga, it will give you revenues, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero actually, you add friction na baka ma-turn off pa or something dun. So, hindi siya magiging sustainable, kumbaga na generation of revenues. So, you really have to find that business model that will really fit the product into the market na hindi obstacle yung friction and it really comes true. It really happens.
Yeah. I think kailangan mo talaga mag-focus sa value. Like
Value.
if you bring value, then you'd find yung model that works for you. But if you identify something that actually blocks yung value na dinideliver mo, for our case, yung mission namin is to have them careers. And then we're blocking that because of that model. Then it's not gonna, it might have worked for us for a short duration of time at the beginning. But yun, hindi nga siya sustainable. Hindi rin siya like aligned dun sa mission.
Tsaka parang dito din pumapasok yung kahalagahan ng clarity kumbaga nung value and
Yeah.
nung direction niyo talaga as a startup and as a company, 'no?
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
How about on specific business strategies naman? Like on how, of course, you're still a business nga, no? So you still have to increase your revenues kasi you have to sustain the operations and the value that you provide for the learners and even the companies, ano? So meron ka bang mga strategies na share on how you somehow optimized or changed the model para mas madaming revenues? Parang ganun.
So for us, yung strategy talaga na nag-work is listening to our learners and our partners and being clear really on the impact that we want to make. And then from that strategy, the tactics follow, which is like broadening our course offering. So not just like one course of web development, but we offered like Java and also like a front-end focus one. Then we also offer trainings for companies or for teams. And because we listen as well to our partners, that opens more opportunities with other partners. And that helps us scale our impact and also ensure the relevance of the courses that we're building.
So parang ano pa rin, no? You still focus on the value, pero you still open up parang other product lines. Pero andun pa rin naman talaga headed dun sa value na yun.
Pero ang very important is listening. Because like, for example, for us, we don't just open new courses for the sake of opening new courses. The new courses need to be aligned to what the industry needs. Otherwise, for example, if we create a course on assembly language, sino pa ba nag-assembly language na yun?
That's exactly what I said, the value niyo from the traditional, yung mga, mabilis kasi kayo mag-adapt din.
Yeah. So, dahil kahit mag-open nga kami new course pero wala yung need ng industry there, it's not gonna work out. So,
I have another question on that, no? Kasi I interviewed some, naman. Iba-iba rin kasi yung nasa stage din ng startup eh. Pero I noticed this on the medyo hindi na early stage. Hindi na idea, hindi na early stage, yung mga medyo operational na talaga, no? Ang dami daw nilang gustong gawin. And ang problem is how do you prioritize that? So, does that apply to you?
Yeah. So, every year, we do have like a time to think about where we're gonna focus for the next 1 to 3 years.
So now, given that parang list na mga gusto niyang gawin, how do you choose? Of course, meron diyang revenue pa rin, no? Pero meron din dyan yung parang what really nakabigay ng value or ng impact. So, how do you prioritize that?
So, we always look at two things, yung impact and I think primarily talaga yung impact. But we also looked at like, will this be sustainable?
Yes, exactly.
And is this aligned still on our mission and the value that we want to build? And then, we have clear trade-offs as well. Okay, because this is the path that we chose, because this is the value that we wanna offer, we're not gonna go in this route. As an example, because we're focused on providing learning and training and on career that has a career-oriented component, and we want to build an ecosystem and partner with other companies, we're not going into software consultancy services. Even though a couple of people ask us already about it. So
Oh,
what we do is, okay, if you need a software, here are our partners
yes.
who you can work with. Here,
Oh.
if you need freelancers, here are our alumni who are freelancing.
Tsaka tama din yun that you really know the value and your kumbaga role in the value chain and you
Yeah.
stick to that. Kasi andun na naman yung parang ano nyo competitive edge nyo Kumbaga yun nga in a big business ecosystem, sabi nga 'di ba, specialization 'di ba? So your company or Uplift Code Camp really focuses on your role.
Yeah.
Although marami kayo actually marami opportunities especially for software development. Sobrang dami pero you really focus on that role and you improve on that and you just do that basically. How about on becoming lean naman, on being lean? Kasi parang increase revenue or reduce the expenses or being lean. So,
Alright. So on being lean, in terms of, for example, the hires that we do, we want to make sure that that's aligned on the roadmap that we have. So we only hire on stages that we know na, okay, we need another person in. We want to make sure na we don't overhire, but also we want to make sure na hindi rin overworked
okay.
yung individuals. And then I guess for hiring, we're currently a mix of full-time and part-time teammates. So we've identified anong mga roles yung we need a full-time person, a fully committed person. Anong mga roles yung a part-time person can already help us. So I think that also helps a lot in terms of like managing resources and being lean. In terms of where we invest, other than kasi hiring, investment of the revenue that we have is also on R&D in some way. Like we experiment a couple of like platforms and apps and courses that we do. We also do invest some of the revenue as well on scholarships. We also provide scholarships from within. So I think yung formula really is really to budget it at the start. Be very responsible and accountable on your financial model.
Yeah, budget din talaga, especially as a startup, ano?
Yeah.
On the team structure, ano, I'm curious on you said na may mga part-time. So, yung mga teachers ba ay full-time or part-time or paano nga ba
Most of
nag-work?
them are part-time. So most of them are senior developers. Actually, all of them are senior
like in their
developers.
company, in their own.
Yeah, on other works. And then like so to our teaching partners, thank you so much for
Shout out.
even after a day's work, you still spend time to mentor learners. So it takes a lot as well from them.
Okay. Puntahan naman natin yung branding ni Uplift Code Camp
Yeah.
and kumbaga how you position especially to get or to attract learners or yung inyong mga customers. Let's say that na no. So, paano nga ba kayo kumukuha ng mga learners?
So we do have a couple of things online. So we invest on our online presence. We do have like our Facebook, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, our website, and referrals as well from our alumni and also from our company partners. And also like joining communities like the Dato Banato Incubator Program opens up opportunities. So in terms of marketing efforts, there's the online and the community part and the referral. On the partnership side, we also collaborate with other companies who have events So, for example, the last one was with Globe. They had a hackathon. So we sponsored them. Not
Mm.
exactly sponsored, but we partnered with them actually.
Mm.
And then for schools as well, who have like mga career caravans nila, we do join their events. And for branding, I think anchoring the messaging of how we want Uplift Code Camp to be seen and remembered through the value that we're providing has worked for us. Like if you look at our website or even our Facebook, a lot of it is about the stories of our learners.
Mm. Do you notice, may napansin ka ba na parang certain profile or certain maybe demographic or something ng mga nag-e-enroll?
Yeah. So a lot are career shifters. Like, so
Oh.
when we started, they're 90%. 90% are career shifters. Now they are around 75%. And there's a growing number of senior high school and college
Oh.
students because they realize, so for senior high, they thought that senior high would be enough for them to land a job. But employers don't quite agree. Most of them don't quite agree. So they need, but they can't really invest on a 4-year course. Maybe because of time or, financing. So they choose like an accelerated path, and that's Uplift Code Camp for them. And we also do have college students who feel that the things they learn from school won't be enough for them. So they need supplementary, more practical. So they go to Uplift Code Camp. And then we also have like a few business owners. Because for entrepreneurs and business owners, they realize that they wanna make sure that they know how tech works. They can build their own tools to help their businesses. So we also have those.
But that's interesting kasi I'm not sure if this analogy is correct, pero para na rin kayong modern TESDA. Kasi
In some way.
para siyang ano, 'di ba? Pag-upskill lalo na nung mga let's say senior high nga in order to secure a job. Eh ngayon, so like in the tech world, in the digital world, kayo yung nagpo-provide ng ganong let's say vocational skills para nga para makapasok sa industriya ngayon So parang ang mindset nyo rin or maybe branding nyo rin somehow is you do this para makasecure sila ng trabaho. Tama ba yun?
Yeah. For those, securing work, or for others nga, it's about freelancing.
Freelance.
Or for others, which is a few of our learners, they want to build their own apps. They want to build their own startup. So they learn how to code to do that.
Tsaka uso nga ngayon yung mga freelancers na software devs for foreign companies but andito sila sa Pilipinas. And napakalaki ng kinikita ng mga yun.
They do.
Napasok na ba meron ba yung community first of all? Kasi ang dami na rin communities now sa Facebook, sa internet, yung mga tech career shifters, mga ganyan. So, meron din ba do you also touch on those communities, on those networks?
So Uplift has
its own
community. So at the beginning, we have really invested a lot of effort and heart into building our community because we believe na yung learning is lifelong. And in order for you to do that, you have to have like people around you that are like-minded. So our community is composed of our learners, of course.
Alumni din.
Alumni, mentors, our teaching partners, and our company partners. Everyone driven into like using tech to uplift themselves for innovation and for growth.
At saka in what I see kasi, lalo na din sa mga interviews with other startups, may startup na may tatlong classification. May startup na wala pang demand but they will offer a product and then that they will create the demand. Second, mayroon ng demand pero wala pang community. So you create the product to serve that demand. Although yung mga tao, medyo mas mahirapan pang mahanap yung product kasi wala pang community, wala pang network. And then meron ng demand, meron ng community, pero wala pa product. So you give that product. Sa tingin mo, saan doon ang Uplift Code Camp?
So nung nag-start kami noong 2019, may gap. Kasi nandun ako sa side na nag-hire. And
nakita mo yung...
Nakita ko yung gap na I have this need And there are this talent who are applying for our roles, but the skills aren't there. And it wasn't just me. Even my friends from other companies also have that same need. So there is the gap. There is a demand, but there weren't a lot of
Yes.
solutions for that. There were
Yes.
solutions. Syempre, nandiyan yung college degree,
Ah,
nandiyan yung Udemy,
pero marami ng
nandiyan yung free
challenges
YouTube.
that
Pero yeah, I mean, the challenge we're solving is broad, and there are other solutions. And then it's really finding who our solution is for, who Uplift
mm,
Koicap is for.
parang ano rin, no? Ang galing din kasi maybe back nga in 2021. What year did you start?
19.
2019, ano? May demand nga. Ay, may gap.
Mm.
And I think it comes along na may demand. Pero yun nga, hindi pa siya ganun ka-known na demand. So, you offer the solution. Pero eventually, like ngayon, actually ngayon kasi ang dami mo na makikita sa
Yeah.
Facebook na ano parang so may demand na nga. I think we already established that
Yeah.
yung community kasi even not formal community, pero like alam mo na may ibang tao na may same demand,
Yeah.
di ba? So, ayun, then so it really is an opportunity na napasok nyo as Uplift Coach.
Yeah.
How about naman yung so doon naman sa mga companies that you work with, yung mga nag-hire. So, how do you find them and how do you maybe maintain relationships then with them?
Finding them, it's a combination of like looking for them on LinkedIn or also on events or programs like this, communities like this. So we start working with them like maybe like in terms of collaborating, how can we help you? How can we support you? What are your needs? And that's where sometimes it's hiring, sometimes it's about development of their teams. So training for their teams. Relationship building. So every year we host community meetups. So we invite them for project presentations of our
They go.
of our learners. They also go because that's an opportunity for them to already see, that's a good talent.
Parang
So
demo day din pala,
yeah, they already like can connect to the talent from there. And that's a project demo kasi. So they already see na ano yung kakayahan. And then we do have like newsletters as well just to update them about what we're doing, but also industry trends. So we share with them resources and white papers that might be relevant to the work that they're doing.
Yeah, and these are really parang closely working with them talaga.
Yeah.
So parang you really hindi yung parang maramihan, kumbaga quality over quantity.
Depth of the
talaga.
conversation and the relationship. Kasi we're for long-term partnership. And what we really, yung big vision is to make the Philippines a world-class tech hub. And we understand that for that to happen, we need to work together and lift the ecosystem up. So,
At saka parang na nga talaga, parang na-fix na napunood nyo nga talaga yung gap nun. Yung kasi andun na kayo, yun yung position nyo. And then may relationship kayo with the learners and with the companies. So, na-smoothen up na siya.
Yeah.
But actually, that's true, no? Ang dami ko din naririnig sa mga startups ngayon, especially yung mga scaling na rin, na parang pahirapan talaga mag-hire kasi pahirapan maghanap ng good talent and ang talent na match really with them.
Yeah.
Like with their culture, with their system, even nga, I'm not sure if applicable like yung language, yung mga required na specific skills in programming that they And then hindi lang kayo hiring kasi you actually are an upskilling or kumbaga yun nga, talent provider or talent
and training.
Talent and training.
Yeah. Also, another thing that we've seen quite recently is the need for dual skill sets for a talent as well. So for example, a fintech company would look for someone who has the tech skills, also has the finance background.
Actually.
So may ganun na ring trend right now. And I think like that's something that we can help because like the learners that we have are coming from a diverse background.
At saka super dependent din talaga sa company yung kailangan nila. So somehow, sometimes hindi lang programming, hindi lang software development, but yung specific niche or field din talaga.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools.
Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Ayun. Final question na tayo, Rufa, ano. So, ito yung tanong na especially for startups, medyo maraming nag-uusap. So can I ask for your thoughts on bootstrapping and getting investors?
Mm.
So, yun, I'll leave it as vague as that. Pero what do you think of bootstrapping versus getting investors?
Mm. So I think it really depends on the business that you're building. For us, we started Bootstrap. Um, we call our partners who are helping us provide scholarships and fellowships as an investment. They invest.
Mm.
Um, so for us, kasi the reason why we chose the self-sustained path is because the business that we're building isn't that capital intensive.
True, true.
And there's also no urgency to exponentially scale at a short amount of time. So that's why self-sustaining it worked for us, and it helped us kasi we are forced to make sure that the value that we're bringing is something that we don't we hindi lang kami yung nakakita na oh valuable to, but it's validated by people enrolling. So it forced us to make sure that we're really providing good value.
Hmm. Actually, I like your answer, na parang if hindi naman capital intensive and if hindi naman parang wala namang opportunity or wala namang big benefit if you accelerate, so take that slow but surely or that
Yeah.
bootstrapping
Or
ano,
hindi big benefit to scale it, the need. Because
the
I
need.
understand there are ventures that in order to sustain, in order for
Hmm.
your unit economics to work, you need
Hmm.
to scale fast.
Yes, lalo na kung competitive ang market na papasukan mo.
Yeah. Yeah. So if ganon, then at ang only way
Ah.
lang for you to reach that scale is capital, then you would
Ah.
have, I think, to think about fundraising.
Oh, that's a very good point of view and parang takeaway ko din ano, yung kanina nga natin napag-usapan na depende rin siguro sa stage ng market if wala pang demand, I mean may problem na pero medyo unknown pa yung demand and then may demand na ba, may demand and may community na ba, baka nakadepende din dun kung if you yun nga, if you bootstrap or if you, um, accelerate din your funding kumbaga and
Mm,
accelerate your scaling ano. So, I think
mm,
it really depends. So,
yeah.
ayun, let's leave it at that. Maraming salamat, Rufa. By the way, ano pa lang yung future plans? Baka meron kayong gusto ding i-plug or i-promote na sige, feel
Yeah.
free to promote
Thanks,
or
thanks. So, future plans, for sure, we're still gonna continue providing our bootcamps and courses, which is about full stack development, front end, Java. But also, we do have 2 new courses for the year around Python and security. So, if you guys are interested in that, ayun, we would post the updates over our website and social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We are also doing focusing a lot more on our trainings for teams. So customizing programs for
ah,
companies to upskill internally. It might be their dev teams who need a bit of upskilling on newer tools, or it could also be their non-tech teams that needs help in familiarizing themselves on AI or different tools to increase productivity. And then we still have our talent matching services. But if you do have needs for developers, quality assurance engineers, designers, project managers, so I guess like any tech role that you have in need, we might be able to help you on that via our learners or even our alumni or our mentors. Yeah, and then also this year we are building a platform for career advancements. So it's a personalized career coaching. So it's currently in development. Target launch is quarter 3. So yeah.
Ay, question na pala dun sa ano, no, yung mga bootcamps ninyo. Marami pang bootcamp sa isang 6 months or isa lang talaga siya? Kasi I mean, what if maraming nag-enroll ganun?
So for cohort per batch, our max size, we
May
have a maximum size because the support that we
Yes,
have is quite personalized. So we want to make sure the quality of support that they get is at a bar. So may certain number lang. But we do have bootcamps in parallel.
Okay. Kasi ang question ko din kasi parang with regard to like the future growth, are you focusing din now on quantity as in marami pang mag-enroll or yun nga yung iba't ibang offerings?
I see. So for us, it's mainly two things. It's the breadth and depth of the impact that we make. So the number of learners, of course, we want to make sure na we want to also support more individuals, but we want to make sure that we really are helping them achieve their goals. So for us, like, we want to help more individuals, but make sure that they reach their career goals, they have improved opportunities, and they increase their incomes. So it's always a balancing of those two things.
So quantity and quality. And kumbaga na-ensure na kapag if you increase the quantity, yung quality ay hindi na compromise. So ano rin ba yun, parang if marami mag-enroll, nag-hire pa kayo ng parang teachers? Okay. Ayun.
Teachers, student success. We also like increase our career coaching.
Ayun. Ano lang pala, Rufa, if our listeners want to find more about Uplift Code Camp or you then, so how can they contact you? Baka meron dyang tech shifter or career shifter na gusto mag-enroll or baka may company na gusto mag-hire or mag-training. So how can they reach you?
Ayun, so our website is upliftcodecamp.com. Also, we're in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So you can message us via there as well.
And thank you so much, Rufa. Thank you
so much, Johnny, and the Startup PH podcast team.
Salamat. Thank you very much to our 53 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. SchoolTech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Vendor Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britanna, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits the small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach Miha Matlievsky, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product-market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DiviCode Technologies Incorporated, ID solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGU's real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. Mamiki Super Pet App, Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, Coacham, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle PH, Pahatid PH, Founders Launchpad, Pareto Consulting, Contact RFID Business Cards, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.